Hi, this is Gaurav. In this video, I'll walk you through 10 ways to find a brandable domain name for your startup. Name is all you have in the internet world. So let's try and choose it wisely. The name of the website is the most important valuable asset in the internet world. Please make no mistakes about it. Unlike physical brands, your name stands alone on the internet. It is one of the significant difference between the internet brand and a physical brand. There are many clues you can get for the company's purpose in the physical world, like location, window display, even the size and architecture of the building. For example, a hotel will look like a hotel, a bank looks like a bank, and a restaurant looks like a restaurant. On the internet, however, the name stands alone. So until you get to the website, you won't find any clues to what the site does. A Medicare name can sometimes work in the physical world, because the physical clues establishes the company's identity so that the consumer doesn't even notice the name. For example, the customer remembers that a car repair shop is situated next to the Reliance Mart, but she does not remember the name of the shop. In the internet world, there are no clues. There are no books on the window that tell you that Amazon.com is a bookstore. No travel posters to say that iXigo is selling airline tickets. It is one of the reasons why many internet companies got trapped in the generic name trap. The lure to get the generic name was so powerful that they end up paying enormous amount of money to get generic names. Some of the examples are Wine, Internet.com, etc. But are any of them are internet brands? The answer is no. When it comes to building a brand online, proper name always wins. The data shows that early winners on the internet, AOL, Yahoo, Google, Amazon, eBay, all of them having a proper name. And recently, most of the digitally native D2C brands have proper names rather than generic ones. Away, a travel brand is valued at 1.4 billion, not travel.com. Airbnb is valued at 75 billion, not vacationrental.com. When you choose a brand name for a website, the first thing you need to ask yourself what is the generic name for your category? Then, if that is the name you don't want to use for your site. So, how proper should your website name be? It depends. First and most foremost, you want your website name to be perceived as a proper name. Then, hopefully, you would like the name to be more proper than the competitor has. At the same time, you should also consider other factors. But before we go there, let's clear a big myth first. Common name helps build search engine ranking. That's a myth. As we make case for the proper names, many of us be thinking, but common names elevates our SEO and give us higher position in search results. Yes, that was true in the ancient internet. Now it's just a myth. When the search engines such as Google started, they didn't have the technology to understand the content of the web. Hence, they give importance to the use of keywords and use of keywords in the website domain name. However, now Google is powered by AI, which allows it to evaluate and completely understand content and context of a site. So it is no more relying on the keywords. It has evolved to become more of a semantic search engine. Here is what Google has to say about this. There are no ranking benefits associated with having keywords in a domain name. Having got this myth clear, let's move on to other factors and compared with the physical brand. In case of internet brands, you need to type in the website name in the browser. That's why the site name should be both short and easy to spell. Let's start with some of the bad name examples. They are long, hard to spell, and hard to remember. A long website name can also limit your potential growth since you never know how big your company can be and what other services or products you will be selling in the future. If you want to build a strong brand with national or global reach, you should focus on finding a short and brandable domain name. One way to arrive at a shorter and unique website domain name is by starting with a generic name of the category and then shortening it. With this trick, you can create a proper name that's also short and easy to spell. For example, CNET.com is one such example where generic term is computer network. Misspelling a name and addresses on your physical address can still work, and postal services can still deliver your mail. However, in the internet world, you can't drop one of the periods or hyphen, hence short name works better. How about these names? When these big companies come to the internet, they have to shorten their name. For example, Massachusetts Mutual Life Fund Insurance became massmutual.com. The website name should also be simple. Simple is not the same as short. Simplicity has to do with the alphabetical construction of a website name. A simple word uses only a few letters of the alphabet and arranges them in a combination that repeat themselves. For example, Coca-Cola is both a short and simple name, although the name has 8 letters. It is formed by using only 4 letters of the alphabet. Mississippi is a long name consisting of 11 letters. It also has a simple name because it uses only 4 letters, which is why most people can spell it. The website name should also be unique. Uniqueness is the key characteristic that makes a website name memorable. But of course, it is also true for any brand name. By definition, a common name or a generic name is not unique. It does not refer to a specific person, place or things as a proper name does. Therefore, a common name used as a website name for a generic category is not memorable. Of course, no name is unique unless you create it from scratch, such as Toyota, Kodak, Xerox, etc. The website name should also be pronounceable. Word of mouth is the most effective medium in your marketing arsenal. Most people buy products or services because they hear about these things from friends, neighbors, or relatives. You can build an effective word of mouth only when your website name is easy to speak. Unfortunately, too many companies have unspeakable website names, and many others are common names that discourage word of mouth users. Consider this conversation. Where did you buy the new phone? It was on sale. I know you got a good deal, but where? On sale. Onsale.com looks like a good name, but it creates confusion because it is not a proper name, such as Amazon, Flipkart, or Mantra is a better name. The website name should also be easy to remember. Why do people find it easier to remember their phone numbers than their license plate numbers, even though they are both about the same length? Because license plate use both numbers and letters, which makes them much more challenging to recall. Quite a few internet brands make this mistake. 123tel.com, 123regi.co.uk, Net2Phone Direct, etc. One of the reasons many startups and companies select unspeakable website name is the wrong process, because they use the wrong process to choose their domain names. Most website names are selected visually, usually from a list of names printed on the screen or paper. But that's not how a consumer or prospect deal with the website name. They usually hear them verbally from their friends, neighbors, relatives, or co-workers. Even the media exposure of the brand name is heavily weighted towards verbal rather than visual. Also, the website name needs to sound like a proper name or a word that conjured up to a particular website, not just a generic name. In this in the case of physical product or store, you don't need to remember exactly how to spell the name to find a store. Is it abracadabra or abracadabra? It doesn't matter. In case of retail store or mall, but in case of web, it does matter. The website name should also be rhyming. Jack and Jill, Blockbuster, Coca-Cola, Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, Merlin Monroe, Johnson and Johnson, a few examples. Why do children move their lips when they read? They convert the visual symbols represented by letters and words into sounds that a brain can quickly process. Our mind is designed to work with sounds of words, not the visuals and symbols. When we grow up, we learn not to move our lips while reading, but this doesn't change the way our mind works. Instead, it works with the sound of words. If you want people to remember something, choose a rhyming name. The website name should also be shocking. An element of shock makes a name more memorable because it puts the power of emotion to work. To a certain extent, you remember events in your life based on degree of emotional involvement. You may have taken dozens of vacations in your lifetime, most of which remains in the mind as a fuzzy memories. The holidays you will never forget, however, are the ones that contain solid emotional element. You will see the pattern on the internet. Familiar names such as jewelry.com, furniture.com are bland and carry no shock or emotional involvement. They are hard to remember. The names that have a bit of a bite or name that have such an emotional angle, such as MailChimp, Pepperfry, Zomato, Yahoo, FC UK, still some emotional response. Finally, the website name should also suggest a category. But here is the paradox. To become a big brand on the internet, you need to use a proper name. But on the other hand, the name should suggest category without falling into a generic name trap. It is not easy to achieve. However, shortening the generic name is one way to accomplish this. As I said, you can use CNET, which stands for Computer Network, Yahoo, etc. Another approach is to add off-the-wall words to the name of the category. For example, Toys R You, Planet X, etc. The website name should also be personalized. Last but not the least, when possible, you should try to consider naming your website after an individual. It has several advantages. First of all, it assures that your website is a proper name. Second, it enhances the publicity potential of a website. Many real-world examples have evolved from this. Ford, Tata, Birla, Dell, Chevrolet, Calvin Klein, Boeing, Bloomberg, Gillette, To name a few. Initially, Dell Computers sold its product under the name of PC Limited brand, but ultimately the company realized that the proper name Dell was much stronger than the generic name PC Limited. You enhance the publicity potential when you use the founder's name as a brand. Brands are cold, silent, and lifeless. Only a person can articulate a brand positioning, and media wants to interview the CEO, not the brand manager. Baiju is the latest example following this strategy. In summary, all brands start with the name of your website. So if you pick a name that matches most of the naming strategies, you will be on the way to a successful brand. However, I agree that even internet brands cannot accomplish all the naming strategies mentioned above. But one should try and use as many of them as possible. To make things simple, we have an algorithm that can help you find a good name. Do check them out. To generate a unique brand name, try AI brand name generator. To generate easy to spell, pronounce, and memorizable domain name and website name, try AI domain name generator. Thank you for watching the video and do not forget to subscribe and like.